shout. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Kineticist is coming to bash.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Dash Pinball Podcast is hosting the TWIPYs.
Yeah. Hey, Colin. Welcome to the Shedcade and the
Hello.
Bash Pinball Podcast. We
Nice
did
to
have
be
you
here.
on the one other time at Stern.
Yes.
But we're working on doing something more regularly with you.
It's a little bit different.
And so I think the impetus for us getting together in the first place here was you asked us to potentially host the TWIPYs this year.
Not potentially.
Well,
to actually host.
Actually host the TWIPYs at this point. Initially, it was potential, but now it's a thing that's happening.
Yeah,
it's happening.
So can you tell us a little bit about the decision behind having us doofuses handle this task?
I mean, I love the work that you guys do. I have been a big fan of your podcasts. It sounds so incredibly professional, especially in the pinball hobby space. It's like an NPR level podcast for pinball, which is amazing.
Backing up 1 second.
Yes.
There may be some folks who don't actually know what the TWIPYs are.
Yes.
So maybe you can just tell us what the TWIPYs are and a little bit of background, and then we'll get into why we're hosting it this year.
Yeah, so the TWIPYs are an annual pinball award show. It might have been like 2016, 2017. It was shortly after This Week in Pinball was founded. I believe this is the 9th year. The whole idea is to celebrate the entire hobby of pinball. So traditionally, it's been commercial game awards, homebrew awards, content creator awards, and pretty much an award for like every facet of the pinball community. And this year, we're just deciding to make it a little bit different, make it a little more simple, and just focus on the commercial game awards.
Okay, cool. And I think the venue that you guys had last year is not available anymore, right?
So that threw a little bit of a wrinkle. So last year we hosted it at Wormhole Pinball in Houston, Texas, which was phenomenal. It was a great time. We had a whole like extended weekend of pinball focused events. And it was basically like a really intimate, fun pinball party. But unfortunately, that venue is no longer available to us. And so we just decided to do something different this year.
Well, we're happy and excited to be a part of it. And
I'm very excited too. I think this is going to be different. We haven't actually talked about this, but I'm assuming audio focused, or are we doing video?
Well, go ahead, Don.
We're doing it all, baby.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. So yeah, audio and video, actually, but like not live.
We don't know what we're doing yet, Colin.
Okay.
Full disclosure. But here's the thing. It's like once we kind of get together and we just come up with ideas, man, it's kind of like we just do it all. We do what we can, you know? So.
Yeah. I mean, I think Don and I have discussed at least we will do a video and some potential interviews and put together like a nice video for it.
Nice.
Not live.
Yeah.
I think the live part is
the live is very difficult to pull off, right? Yeah. So I'm excited for it to be recorded this year and edited. Yeah.
Cool.
We can do that. Yeah.
You know, I'm stoked that you guys agreed to help out this year. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Dude, we're so stoked that you picked us.
Yeah, like I said, you guys are awesome. So you deserve it.
It does feel like a fun project, and it definitely throws off our entire schedule. but that's fine because it's like it's gonna be great. It's gonna be really fun. And like Don was saying earlier, once we sit down and like start hashing out ideas, I think we'll get back with you and start bouncing things off each other.
There's only like one major category of awards to cover this year instead of like 200. So
that does simplify things pretty dramatically. Yeah, so we can narrow the focus a little bit. Yeah. That should be good. Cool,
man.
Probably should say do you know what it stands for? TWIPYs?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and say what it stands for?
It is the This Week in Pinball Yearly Awards.
I wasn't sure about the why, so now I know about the why.
Just keep in mind that I did not found this. So it's like, I don't know why, but that's what it is.
That works.
Yeah.
Most people, I think most folks who are, into pinball on a geeky level are probably familiar with them. But
I mean,
not everybody who
sort of
listens
tried
to
to rebrand it last year. We almost sort of put it head to head with the Pinball Community Awards because I wanted to kind of kill the TWIPYs brand too. Right. And sort of completely start fresh. People in pinball they know it as the TWIPYs. They love calling it the TWIPYs. So it's like,
yeah,
may as well embrace it.
Yeah. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So our podcast doesn't normally have a lot of news, and we tend to take some time to produce things. And so other podcasts tend to kind of cover news stuff like the minute it happens.
Right away.
And we can't really do that because it just wouldn't work for how we make our show. But at the same time, I think it'd be helpful to provide some occasional news stories. And like, what better way to do that than have monthly news recaps with the king of news, Colin from Kineticist.
Yeah, Kineticist Colin.
Hell yeah.
You guys can expect from us and Colin going forward to have some more regular news coverage. And this is going to be fun because Don and I are like oblivious to news. So you will be telling us a lot of these news stories and we'll be hearing them for the first time probably. So that should just make it
be so bonkers.
More interesting.
Like there is stuff that I cover every week that is just, if you're not in tune with it, it just sounds so ridiculous. They're like stuff that people get worked up about, the drama. It's funny.
Well, yeah, I used to keep up with that stuff a lot more than I do, but via Pinball podcast. But ever since I've been making a pinball podcast, my pinball brain is like spent on the stuff that we do. So I'm looking forward to actually like being a little bit more in the know because we're both pretty out of the loop, to be honest.
I don't read pinball news at all, man.
Yeah.
Like oftentimes, like I'll see like a new game pop up and that's a brand, like it's news to me.
Wow.
You know? Like,
well, and the other thing is like with regard to new games and game announcements, I kind of like to not know what's going on because I like to approach a game for the first time, like not really knowing anything about it, and just walk up to a game and just be like,
I don't think I could do that.
It all hits me at once.
It's one of the first things that I noticed too when we started the show, Matt, was that's how I've lived my whole life.
Yeah.
And then we kind of started getting a little bit of like grains of info on, this new game might be coming out. And then like it kind of changed the way that I consume pinball.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me personally, kind of in a negative way, because I started to like think about all these things, get some preconceived notions and ideas of what I was going to, what it was going to be. And then it would come out and I'd be like, wait, this is not what I had in mind. Right. And maybe it's not as good as what I thought it would be. So
yeah.
Do you guys avoid like movie trailers too?
I do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. I'm very spoiler averse to sort of a neurotic degree. Like I hate spoilers so much.
I have this like unofficial rule that I'll go into like a trailer like 30 seconds. And if by then I should know if I want to watch it or not. And then I'll just like stop because nowadays like the whole movie,
I know.
basically the whole plot on the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, I was real mad at Stranger Things for putting like the very end of season 4 as the thumbnail. And I'm just like, you can't avoid this. Why?
Right.
Why? Like the whole 4 episodes, we know this is what's going to happen. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we should not cover rumors in this segment.
No. All that being said,
right.
Let's cover rumors. Let's talk about this stuff. It's fun to talk about. It's going to be fun.
I want to talk about whatever you want to talk about, man. Like, you know, if you think it's newsworthy, even if it's a rumor, like that's when I want to know about it.
Yeah.
So,
The rumors are interesting. They're sort of background noise for me. Like I'm always sort of aware of it, but I don't know that I find any particular one rumor newsworthy. In the newsletter and our articles, like I don't tend to cover rumors that much. Every now and again I do. There's like basically an ongoing tracker that I have on the website where it's like if I hear people talking about stuff in forums or like on a podcast and it seems credible or a lot of people are talking about it, I'll note it there, but that's like the most that I'll do with that. But people are crazy for rumors in pinball.
Yeah, so I guess since we brought it up, are there any notable rumors that you want to talk about right now or that you think would be interesting to folks?
George Gomez was just interviewed by Carrie Hardy about one of our potential news topics, Cabinet Gate, with Walking Dead, where he confirmed that the next cornerstone is one of Transformers or Pokemon.
Oh,
Whoa.
which
okay.
makes me think it's because that is the game that I think Jack Danger was potentially working on, and the one that George was coming in to help him finish.
okay. That checks out for me. You know, we're not super dialed into like the rumor mill and whatnot, but that being said, I've also heard some pretty credible Pokemon pinball rumors from pretty credible sources that I can't divulge.
Yep.
So that one rings true to me. Transformers, what's happening with the Transformers world right now?
So this is that weird like generational split. Like you guys are younger, right?
I think we're about the same age.
About the same.
Well, Don's younger than
I'm
me.
almost
37.
40. Yeah.
Yeah.
I find that people who are older than us are like pretty nostalgic for Transformers, specifically what do they call it? The G1 Transformers, whatever came out in the 80s.
Optimus Prime and whatnot.
What was like, I think it came out maybe a year before I was born or the year I was born. So it's like, I have no nostalgia for that, but people who are older than us do.
Like the actual cartoons, right?
Yeah.
So I'm old enough that
or the movie, I think. Yeah.
I did watch the cartoon and have some of the toys when I was a kid. My older brother had like the Optimus Prime and all that stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I've never been into the movies, and I've never. I mean, there's already like a stern Transformers.
Yeah, the Michael Bay stuff was garbage, and it's like it doesn't seem like it is occupying the cultural zeitgeist, right, in any particular way right now. At least with the younger generation. So if you're going for straight Gen X nostalgic appeal, like that checks the box. But if you're trying to hit some younger people, I don't know, it's not as exciting as I think Pokemon might be.
Yeah, I mean those two games are almost entirely on opposite ends of the spectrum, like age-wise.
Yep.
Pokemon has been evergreen since it came out in the 90s, because they just keep cranking out games, and more people keep getting into Pokemon. And there's also balls in Pokemon.
Yeah,
Pokeball.
Right.
I mean,
there's so many tie-ins.
Yeah. I mean, Pokemon is like an endless well.
Did you ever play the Pokemon Pinball?
I never played Pokemon Pinball. No.
It was cool.
Yeah,
I it had like a Rumble pack on it. I think I remember it having like a Rumble pack on the cartridge or something like that.
Right. So there is some Pokemon Pinball precedent already.
There is.
Pokemon Pinball precedent.
Yeah, I did play it on the Game Boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Were you already into pinball at that point?
Sort of, yeah.
Was that what got you into pinball? Can we say that officially now?
No, man.
I think
This is your dream theme, Don.
I've always been a pinball man, forever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's cool. Are you guys looking forward to a Pokemon Pinball to play?
I'm curious. I'm more like intellectually curious about like how it performs and sort of what it says about the state of the pinball market. That's what I'm interested in.
It's a good point. I'm curious too, because it is like not a younger brand, but like it does appeal to significantly younger people than like Elton John or you know what I mean, or something like that.
Yeah, so. Jack Warnari is not a Pokemon fan, probably, but
I'm curious too, man. That's a good point.
It almost seems like a Jersey Jack license, though. Just from like what they do.
Yeah, colorful, like family friendly kind of thing. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see how it would perform too, because like we talked about like a potential Wednesday pinball theme, like the Wednesday show. And I think that's in a similar boat where it appeals to like young girls.
Yep.
And is that going to also cross over to the average pinball buyer?
Well, yeah, it's like when people were talking about doing like a Barbie pin when that film came out. And what that would look like.
Yeah, I guess it's always what percentage of how many can you sell to just the collector market who aren't even into pinballs?
Right. Yeah. I love the idea. I love the idea of it though.
Yeah.
If you could do it like a limited run, like Winchester style.
Barbie?
You could probably sell them, dude.
Oh, they would sell some Barbie.
Yeah, because it would be awesome, dude. Just get like a miniature Barbie house in there, get like the Mustang or whatever her car.
Super
put all that
pink.
Stuff in there. Yeah,
you could really do a world under glass with Barbie.
Oh man,
it'd be awesome, dude.
Yeah, I kind of agree. That feels like a Jersey Jack because they did Toy Story. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are there any other hotly rumored games that everyone's talking about right now?
Let's see. I'm going through my list. Supposedly the next spooky is either Gremlins or Goonies.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, those have been rumored for a while.
Yeah,
be awesome, dude. Either one.
Well, I'd be happy if they just check off that list. Yeah. I know Beetlejuice was on that list. Now we've got that.
Dutch is forever linked to Back to the Future.
Right. And then don't we have like a Twilight Zone remake supposedly?
That's been talked about for a while with Chicago Gaming Company.
Yeah.
Nothing concrete, but it's one of those things that's persisted in the rumor mill.
Yeah, like they ordered a bunch of ramps or something like that.
Their next one is supposed to be Halo, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dutch Pinball Halo.
No, sorry, CGC.
Oh, we're still...
yeah,
sorry,
Dutch is Back to the Future. But actually, before they do Back to the Future, so their sub-brand DPX, Dutch Pinball Exclusive, they had confirmed this at Expo, bringing back Raza, which was a failed Deep Root pinball machine, retro atomic zombie Adventureland. So if you've ever seen...
So was that like a Papa Duke
involvement? Yeah, Papa Duke. It came from the same storage locker that he bought in auction alongside Alice in Wonderland and a few other things.
So real quick, Colin, DPX, Dutch Pinball Exclusive. Is it like a subsidiary of Dutch?
Yeah, it's the company fronted by Melvin Williams. Have you heard of that guy?
Oh, no idea, man.
He's basically, they launched it to be a premium, smaller than typical Dutch pinball run machine maker. So like Alice Adventures in Wonderland, I get it confused with the miniature one. But that is like a 500 unit run. Raza's a 300 unit run, whereas Dutch might be going for more of thousands of units at a time.
Okay.
That was their focus. They do some other things, like if you saw the Pinball Legends figures that Planetary Pinball put out around Expo, they're like action figures of classic Bally Williams characters, like Dr. Dude, for example. Cool. So they collaborated on that as well.
Yeah, and I think last time we talked to you, that Dutch Pinball, I think you told me this, has the Blade Runner license as well, or DPX?
Yes. It's been a while since I've thought about that, but they had the trademark on the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office database.
Okay.
So theoretically, they do.
I think I need to design a Blade Runner game and just get ahead of this thing and then sell them the design.
Brilliant.
Because maybe if they're busy with the other stuff, like this is an opportunity for me to actually make this game.
Make their lives easier.
Is that one of the games that you'd be most excited about? Like in theory?
Yeah, the problem is I have no idea how you would do it because it's such a slow, dark.
But would you do just the first one, or would you do the first one and the second one?
I think just the first one, but I don't think it lends itself to pinball other than just vibe. Yeah. It's a super cool vibe, and it'd be like a Dune, or but those games can be great. I just think they're harder to pull off.
It's hard to pull it off, like with that much depth and just like storytelling. It's kind of it can be tough for sure.
Yeah,
it's very atmospheric. I would say. I don't know. Barrels could probably pull it off.
Yeah, I actually talked to Dave Van Ness at TPF, and I was trying to pitch him on doing Blade Runner, but that was before that I knew. Because he was asking the same questions. He's like, well, which one do we do? Do we do the first movie or the second one or the universe? But yeah, it sounds like kind of bummed that it sounds like they don't have the license. So it does kind of bum me out when the wrong company has the license for a game. I'm like, that's the game I want. I don't know. Maybe Dutch will do a great job. All right. What else we got?
Do you want to talk about Cabinet Gate?
Yeah, let's talk about Cabinet Gate. This is a Spike 3 thing.
Yeah. Right? So every Stern release has some little community controversy, right? And so Walking Dead has kind of had a few of them, I think. I actually wrote about this last week, about how it's been kind of a messy launch.
Okay.
So when they revealed it, I don't know if you saw this, they had a welcome to Woodbury street sign above the Woodbury ramp. But what was interesting about that is that it was actually traced back to a community mod, not the original machine, that was released just after the original machine was out. So apparently they had gone back to community sourced photos and whatnot of the game and used that as inspiration without really understanding where it came from.
Gotcha.
Tricky.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as using AI.
No.
Right.
Yeah, not quite.
Still better. Similar type of issue, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's, the sourcing and the fact checking of it.
Dude, it's getting harder. It's getting harder with all the AI summation. Yeah, man.
Right.
It's getting tough. Yeah.
So has Stern addressed this?
They did. Yeah, to their credit, they addressed it pretty quickly. Pretty much as soon as it was brought to their attention that it was someone else's design, they worked with the original designer to work something out privately. I don't know what the exact resolution was, but they acknowledged that it was a mistake, and then they changed the design of the sign before it was actually produced. So as far as ways they could have handled it, I was pretty impressed,
That sounds like a reasonable resolution.
Yeah.
So that's cool. What else about Cabinetgate?
So as games started shipping, one of the things that they didn't really talk about in marketing materials, but they've alluded to this in other releases, that the Spike 3 changes are getting rolled in over time, right? It's we saw the larger screen with Star Wars and the sound system. Well, with Walking Dead, we're getting changes to the cabinet design.
So different changes than we saw on the Star Wars, which was the first Spike 3.
So it was Spike 3 in like some of its guts, but the cabinet design is the same as the Spike 2 cabinets. Gotcha. So it's sort of like a hybrid, almost like a Spike 2.5 machine. Whereas this one has the upgraded hardware, the display, and it's got the cabinet changes too. And what people were mostly picking up on and cluing in on is some photos got released showing the cabinet joinery at the corner. Whereas previous cabinet designs, I'm not a woodworker, so I'm going to screw this up, but they used a different joining mechanism where it seemed to require a bit more machining, and people who were woodworking experts or whatever were like, oh, that's a much stronger, more sturdy type of joint than what they're using in Spike 3 cabinets, which is more of it's a butt joint. And it's held together by brackets instead of the joint itself.
Gotcha.
So people were concerned about that. They looked at the wood and assumed it was cheaper. The community at the time was thinking it was plywood covered by MDF, where Gomez ended up confirming there was actually HDF, high density board, as opposed to MDF.
Medium.
Yeah. So that ended up being wrong. But people they're concerned that Stern is moving in an IKEA direction, where their cabinets are being more like flat pack designed versus something a little more custom.
Gotcha. So, and we're just talking about the cabinet itself, not the playfield.
Correct. Not the playfield.
Okay. So I guess the concern is that machines are just going to be jankier and fall apart.
Yeah,
longevity.
So people are concerned that it won't hold up as well, or that if moisture is introduced, it will warp or something.
Or
or that it's just more than anything, I think people are just concerned or looking for points that kind of validate the thinking that Stern is cheaping out and
cost cutting,
cost cutting and engaging in anti-consumer practices, essentially, which I don't think is true, but teach
right. There are people out there. I posted something on Reddit and I was shocked at just all the hate.
People want this narrative to be true,
and people were just they've been cutting costs for years. And dude, what are you doing? They're literally providing us with pinball every year, new stuff. Get out of here. Man.
So the discourse got intense enough, right, where George Gomez basically had to address it by going on a last minute kind of live with Carrie Hardy for, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours. They talked at length about the cabinet design changes, which is apparently a project that George Gomez spearheaded. I guess he's got a long history designing arcade cabinets, so it's something that he knows really well. But I mean, it does seem like some of the changes were made in order to gain some production efficiencies and some cost control. It's easier to ship the raw pieces of the cabinet and assemble them at Stern. Which makes sense. That's fine. But he seemed pretty confident in the design.
I honestly, man, I don't know a lot about woodworking and whatever, but just from for manufacturing, $6,000, man, for a pro machine, I think it's still a pretty good deal for a brand new game, right?
No one else can compete with it,
man. That it's hard to argue that, right? You can complain about cost cutting, et cetera, but who else can make a game to sell for $6,000?
I think it's smart for them to get ahead of inflation and tariffs and try to do something that will that's comparable that lowers their cost. Like every manufacturer is trying to do that with every single product that they make all the time.
It's business. It's business, right?
Yeah.
Like,
if you don't do that, you're just leaving money on the table. That's what I was trying to say.
Right.
But yeah, it's funny because with pinball, you think about the cabinet design and you're just like, whatever, it's fine. It'll be fine. However, if the weight of the machine changes significantly, it does change the gameplay.
It feels different, yeah.
George did talk about that a little bit in the interview, where he acknowledged that like Stern pinball machines, they have a certain feel to them, right? That players kind of expect to be consistent. So that was factored into the redesign, and they tried to preserve that feel and the weight of it, the physicality of it, as much as possible.
Yeah, I can see people being concerned if they're switching from, a 7-layer plywood to a 5-layer, something like that. It could change the density and change the weight and stuff like that. But honestly, when it was during the Star Wars launch at Stern, George was talking quite a bit about him spearheading the redesign of the cabinet and fitting the larger LCD in there and stuff like that. And I mean, I gotta say, he seemed pretty sincere and pretty excited about all these changes and real positive about everything. So it inspired confidence in me. I was like, this guy, he's got
I mean, I don't think Stern like does stuff to intentionally screw the consumer. I just don't.
Yeah.
You've talked to a bunch of people there. I've talked to a bunch of people there. I mean, we spent time in their building. That's just not the impression that you get. At least me. I don't know.
I agree. I mean, I think it's easy to like paint this narrative that like these guys, it's like big pinball, right?
Right.
But really, like everyone there that we talk to loves pinball, wants to provide like the best absolute product at the cheapest possible price to keep pinball going.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean? It's like
ultimately they're keeping pinball alive. They're
alive.
The big dogs, and if they're trying to screw people, then they're just shooting themselves in the foot.
I'll say the boutique companies will not be anywhere near as successful as they are today without Stern.
Yeah.
Stern subsidizes the market. They facilitate market expansion. They're really the only company that does. And everyone downstream of that benefits from that work. I do think that they could have been probably a little more upfront or transparent with how they communicated that from the get-go.
Yeah.
It probably should have been a part of the marketing appeal for The Walking Dead in the first place. One of the things that kind of gave me pause was that they published the manual for the game, right? The service manual. And the parts reference page for the cabinet specifically had nothing on it except for coming soon text. So it was intentionally left blank because they weren't ready to release the details yet. So I think if they had prepared themselves to a point where it could have been a talking point in their marketing, they never would have had any of this controversy.
Right. Look at Apple or any of these companies. Like, the next iPhone comes out and it's lighter, and they brag about how it's lighter, and then the one after that comes out and it's heavier, and they brag about how it's heavier.
Right.
So
turn it into a feature.
Right. It's a feature, not a bug.
It feels like that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
At least they could have put the positive spin on some of those kind of details.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will next time, probably, because you don't want any kind of gate to be associated with your product. Apple had the Bend gate.
Yeah, I actually worked for Apple.
Oh yeah,
like right after that. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. You don't want any gates. It costs you a lot of money.
Costs a lot of money. I was going to ask Colin earlier. Colin, what are some of your favorite stories to cover, right? So we talked a little bit about rumors and headlines, etc. But what are your personal favorite stories to cover?
I like doing interviews. I like when not everyone enjoys this based on the feedback that I get sometimes. But I love when pinball intersects with larger cultural trends. And I can cover the intersection of those things. So like some of the biggest stories that we had this year was like the IFPA OBX incident, covering that, the Harry Potter AI stuff, talking a little bit about the impact of tariffs on the industry and things like that. Yeah.
Can we briefly just talk about Beetlejuice? Because we haven't talked about that on the show, not even once.
That feels like such old news, but we can talk about Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it is kind of old news, but it's new to this podcast.
Yeah. I haven't even I haven't even seen it yet, dude. I've been going out of my way to not look at spoilers.
Yeah.
But Spooky announced Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Has it started shipping yet?
No, it has not started shipping yet. They've been pretty upfront about this. It's kind of using the same cadence that like Evil Dead did. So just like Evil Dead, they announced it in like around middle of November, took pre-orders, and I think they started shipping first quarter of this year, probably January. So Beetlejuice is supposed to follow that kind of structure. I think the first show it's going to be at is Pinball at the Beach. And I think it'll start shipping pretty soon after that.
What has the response been to Beetlejuice as far as
insanely positive? Cool. It's so Spooky did a pretty good job of generating FOMO for this release. So they've been kind of quietly behind the scenes hyping it for most of this year in like community chats, like Discords and Patreons, and leaking details to friendly content creators, and sort of getting the word out that if people are interested in it, they should get on a list with a distributor sooner than later. So this is probably one of the most pre-hyped pinball releases that I can remember, or at least since I've been in the hobby. Obviously, no one's or very few people have played it yet, so it remains to be seen what the actual game ends up being like. But people seem really positive about it.
So, were there any like big features or toys or
there's a
things
lot.
Yeah.
It's so the big marketing gimmick, at least early on, was Spooky Speak. Did you hear about that?
Okay. No.
So it's part of the topper. So you only get it if you buy the topper. But essentially, it's like a voice assistant. Like you could talk to the game and have it react. So like you can say, was it Beetlejuice, and it boots up, right? Like that kind of stuff. So that was their big sort of marketing gimmick. I mean, the thing is pretty loaded with like toys and sculpts, like a typical Spooky game is. Yeah, I guess the highlight mechanic is probably the sandworm mech, where it's multifunction, it moves, it eats the ball. Is this the
sandworm that everybody was hoping Dune would have?
Maybe, yeah. Well, it's I think it's more the shark that everyone was wishing was in Jaws. I think it's probably more a response to that than the Dune sandworm. But Christopher Franchi art, people love his art.
Yeah, I did see the cabinet looked pretty great.
Yeah.
Are they doing a limited run like they usually do?
Yes.
Have they announced the number of units?
999.
Wow.
So that's is the other thing, right? It's a pretty safe theme, right? Like, they could have made more, and they hyped it probably more than they needed to. So it was basically sold out before they announced it, which means, they left a lot of money on the table.
Yeah, it seems like, I don't know if this is a trend, but Barrel's doing such a limited number of Winchester and those selling out super fast. It does seem like, FOMO is part of this marketing strategy for a lot of these companies.
It is. Yeah. It's been a part of how you market pinballs for a long time.
Yeah, it kind of, I guess it works as long as you maintain the quality.
Right.
But if Beetlejuice turns out to be a turd and everybody's already paid for it, and then they get it home and it sucks and it breaks.
Well, then it's an issue for
They're not
their,
going to be able to
next
do that
game
again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the risk, right? I mean, you sort of like, you have to knock the game out of the park or you're going to have trouble.
Yeah. Well, they're doing a great job. I really feel like, since Texas Chainsaw, Looney Tunes, I think Spooky has been firing on all cylinders.
I've always loved their games.
Yeah.
My only thing was like they just weren't maybe as flowy or as fast or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I feel like recently they've had that. So yeah, I'm excited to play Beetlejuice for sure.
I feel like that's when they started the Texas Chainsaw era, is when it started getting more fun to shoot. Like Scooby, I hated Scooby. I haven't been a big fan of like any of their prior releases except for Total Nuclear, which really isn't their game. So definitely seems like they're starting to figure some things out as a company, which is good.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Aesthetically, man, I've always just they're awesome, dude. Like just like the visuals and the colors, and then like just like the little figures and
they
mechs,
nail
and it's just like
vibe, and usually
the vibe,
theme integration to some degree too.
Yeah, too bad they don't have Blade Runner. They probably do.
They would kill Blade Runner, dude, in a good way.
You think so? I think you have to be a little more restrained, I think, to pull off Blade
that's
Runner.
true.
Okay.
Right? That's why I think like barrels could do it because of what they did with Doom.
Yeah.
Right?
I hear you.
Yeah. It has to be a little subtle.
Yeah.
I'm thinking visuals exclusively. So
yeah, who knows, man? I don't know. I got to design it now.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys have a location near you that gets like all the rare boutique games. I don't really. But like, I don't know when I'm going to have a chance to play it. It might take until Expo or...
Our new local spot does have an Evil Dead.
Okay.
And they got Allison. They got the new what is it? Adventures in Wonderland.
Adventures in Wonderland. Yeah.
I actually really like that game.
Oh, you do?
I did.
I did not like it at all.
I do not get along with that game.
I get it. I actually really enjoyed playing it.
I don't get the upper playfield. Like it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Like the magnet thing. That was a fail for me. But
I loved it.
I kind of thought you might like it, but
funny.
it's like my least favorite game in a while. New game.
I agree. Yeah, not my favorite either.
Yeah. Well, I think we're probably good.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, we're out of time.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Just in that hour, I am like thoroughly informed. I'm way more informed than I was an hour ago.
Wait, did Colin freeze?
Colin.
Oh, his internet died.
Do you want to just like end it?
Yeah, hang on. I'm texting Colin. Colin got booted off, but right as we were wrapping up. So we're going to just wrap it up and not make him get back on because who knows how long before his router like resets and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so bye, Colin.
Bye, Colin.
Bye. Thanks for coming on. We're going to continue to have Colin on as a regular news anchor, right?
Yeah. He's going to be our official, I guess maybe we'll be his arm or he'll be our arm or arm and a leg content creation body. Right?
Yeah.
So
audio, video.
Yeah, we can work together and have the news.
So Colin does pinball full time.
Does he really?
He does pinball full time. Yeah.
I didn't know
And so, side note, I wanted to mention this earlier, but I forgot. But for folks who don't know Kineticist or anything about Colin, how the TWIPYs or how Kineticist relates to This Week in Pinball, if you're interested in some of that backstory, want to get to know Colin a little bit better, check out Dirty Pool's #1 episode, I believe it was.
Was it?
Yeah, Dirty Pool. Jeff did a interview with Colin, and he covers all that stuff. We're not going to cover it again here because probably half of you have already heard that. I think there's also a Wormhole interview with Colin from about a year ago, which is, I guess, the JBS podcast now. So check those two interviews out with Colin if you want to learn more about Kineticist and this Week in Pinball.
And there was a pretty good one which featured Colin a little bit, a little bit of his backstory, but then also covered AI with Harry Potter on the Nudgecast. So.
Right. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, that's not so much his backstory, but another interview there with Colin. I think this wraps up our first ish next news episode. WBPP Action News will be coming at you with a little bit more officialness than this one.
Yeah, I gotta get my fit right for the news.
Yeah, so just to recap, 2025 TWIPYs will be February 7th.
2026?
Well, is it the 2025 TWIPYs or the 2026?
Covering 2025. Right.
Yeah. It's the 2025 TWIPYs. Okay, so yeah, the 2025 TWIPYs will be here on the Bash Pinball podcast and also on the YouTube video. But yeah, it'll be February 7th on the Bash Pinball podcast, also on our YouTube channel. Public voting will start January 3rd and run through January 20th. And then the results, that'll give us a few weeks to get the episode ready for the February 7th video. This is going to be more limited categories than in previous years. There's going to be Game of the Year, Best Theme Integration, Lyman F. Sheets, Best Rules and Code, Best Art Package, Best Playfield Layout, Best Audio Package, and Best Animation. So those are the things that you're going to be able to vote on. And yeah, it's going to be fun.
Solid. It's nice and concise, man.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Keep it simple.
So stay tuned for that and have a happy holidays. But this is probably our last main episode before
scheduling has been tough.
Yeah,
these last few months, and I mean,
this time of year is rough, man. It's always rough, and then other stuff happens, and then everybody gets sick, and then it's just like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, we haven't been able to follow up with our Swords of Fury acquisition.
Oh yeah,
so we gotta get back into that too.
We got a lot of stuff coming, and a lot of stuff kind of half done and on the back burner. And anyway, but this is gonna be fun. We're excited to do the TWIPYs and be involved and doing more stuff with Kineticist and just kind of expanding a little bit what we're doing.
And I'm excited too, man.
Colin's great. Like, what better dude to partner with on this stuff?
You the man.
You the man. All right. I think that's it. Oh, yeah, we should say subscribe, follow us on YouTube, do all those dumb things that we hate asking you to do. Just do them. Do them. Just do it.
You know what's funny is I have, I think, one subscription like on my YouTube, my personal YouTube. I've had it for years and years. I think I'm subscribed to like one channel.
I'm subscribed to like 25 YouTube channels.
That's fun.
But I do like pare them down pretty regularly.
Yeah. Smash that.
Subscribe. Like button. Follow. Thumbs up. Stars.
Dude, what's the benefit of the bell icon? Like, who wants notifications? I don't.
But click it anyway.
Why do people want the bell icon? I guess
so,
it's like
so they know when new stuff comes
like
out.
instantly.
I mean, yeah.
Jeez.
You got to know, man. How else are you going to know? You're going to miss it. You got to click that bell.
It's a little too much, my opinion.
I mean, just depends. Like, I have notifications turned off on my phone entirely. So
I like to so here's what I like. Check this out. This is maybe similar. So on YouTube, I'm a big fan of like scary YouTube videos. There's this channel called Nick Crowley.
Okay.
Right?
Crowley's a good scary last name.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's basically like, for example, like just like a clickbait title, like the darkest corners of the internet, part 1. Right?
Is this where you hang out most of the time, Don?
No, which
You're
is
not
why
playing pinball.
No, it's not, which is why I enjoy these videos, because I get to see a little bit about what's going on without actually venturing into those dark corners.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's amazing, dude. His videos are great, the production, the storytelling, everything about it. And he puts out about one video a month. I love when I just randomly open up YouTube and the first thumbnail, it's like recommended for you. It's like Nick Crowley. And it's not a notification. It's like, it's more of like a surprise.
You just, you want to stumble upon things.
It's like opening a cabinet and seeing like a snack that you forgot was there.
Yeah.
But if I had something notify me that, oh, you have a chocolate bar in your cabinet all day, all the time, I don't think I would enjoy it as much.
Well, that's true. You can subscribe to a channel without the notifications, and it'll still like, you just click on subscription. Yeah. That's how I use YouTube. Yeah. Like I just click the little subscriptions button, and then it's just got everything there. And it doesn't actually notify me. But.
Well, that's what I mean. Like guys out here pushing that, hit that bell icon. I think that's a little greedy.
I mean, I don't know if it's the dad blasted algorithm that helps with. I have no idea.
I don't know. Anyways, what I'm getting at is, don't hit the bell unless you absolutely need.
Unless that's how you roll. Like that's fine. If you subscribe to stuff, do. Or if you like notifications.
Absolutely need to get notified that we're putting something out. But
yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll forget
and you do. You definitely do. We personally don't, but you do. You do.
I get stressed out, man. I have basically all notifications off on everything all the time.
Yeah. I've kind of been rolling that way too.
I just feel my heart rate. It's like my phone's like buzzing. I'm just, oh God, a responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a nightmare. It's a living nightmare.
All right. That was fun, man. Nice job on that. I think we got a pretty good idea of what's coming up with Colin and kind of, what to look forward to in the future. And I'm actually really excited to get to talk to Colin a little bit more and kind of also be more informed through Colin.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well done. It's been fun hanging out in the shedcade.
Peace out, guys, or whoever's watching, or mom, or whoever you are.
Bye. Happy holidays.
Oh, yeah. And happy holidays and Merry Christmas. From your friends at Bash Pinball. Keep playing pinball, having fun.
And being awesome.
Stay warm, for sure.
Leave this territory now.
Evacuate all personnel.